Hey guys, so in this video I'm gonna show you how to remove an aftermarket steering wheel and put the original one back in. So hopefully you saved everything and you didn't cut any wires. Otherwise you'd have to get these things online because even junkyards will not sell you clock spring or airbags as they are safety items. Kept the original screws for that, and these bolts hold the airbag to the steering wheel. This Allen key came with the MOMO steering wheel, and it's for securing the steering wheel to the hub. 19mm socket with extension, a pull bar, some lubricants. So in my case, the first thing, my steering wheel came with this leather foam pad around the horn button, and don't just rip this out. You gotta kind of stretch it around the back. Has a groove, and that chrome rim there, the silver ring, is really sharp. So I didn't want to damage this part, so just kind of stretch it around it and take it out. Then I'm gonna take the supplied Allen key with the kit. I'm gonna undo this piece, which will expose the rest of the screws in here. And this is the easy part. So that's the horn button. I never figured out how to wire it, but yeah, it has these over here, and everything was supposed to be supplied. Then you have 4 more Allen key screws over here. They're going to be a bit snug, so don't strip it. You could actually leave this on to make your life easier, so you can remove that 19mm nut in the middle there, but I did not want to scratch or damage the wood on the steering wheel. Now comes to a little bit more of an annoying part, so we're going to undo that nut. I'm going to make sure that wire is out of the way so I don't damage it. I'm probably going to sell the hub adapter here, but keep the steering wheel. It would have been easier if I kept the steering wheel on, but I did not want to scratch it because it's made out of wood. So I'm going to use this as a counter steer and something later on to pull and tug on. So just be patient with it, and I managed to get that part done here. Next, because of the threads, the hub is probably going to be stuck. And it would be useful if I kept the nut in there, but I backed it out so that the thing doesn't fling in my face. But I am not planning to use force anyways. Just be patient, persistent with it, and try to wiggle it out. I remember this when I removed the original steering wheel. Lube definitely helps, and I'm gonna kind of tap it here and there and try to wiggle it out with not a lot of force. And hopefully that lube will go in between the threads. I'm gonna try to maybe just pry in there just to wiggle it. Don't use a lot of force if you're gonna do that, because you're gonna crack the plastic surrounding of the steering wheel there. So just gonna use some, different angles. Just try to hit it from different angles and try to wiggle it out. Hit it with your hand, kind of from side to side, top to bottom, like that. And I also used that red bar in the beginning, just to kind of put some force every now and then, and it came off. Now a tricky part is making sure it goes back straight. Hopefully you made some marks, but these lines, everything here is from the factory. And if you see that black line is lined up with those 2 indentations at the top. So just be patient with it, and don't do everything and then you have to undo it again, because you might have forgot the process actually, and there are not a lot of videos showing you how to put this back. The clock spring has a top mark. Examine everything carefully. The back of the clock spring, the way it fits on the white part, make sure you're doing it correctly, and then I'm gonna have to remove all this plastic trim around this area. And there's a couple screws in the back. Make sure you don't damage any of the stuff here. They go back, they have some like nubs and slots, they slide into place. And kind of made me appreciate why Hondas are so solid. Like, this car doesn't rattle or anything, being 26 years old. Everything is really well made and they fit well together. Yeah, so that goes in like that. There's a top mark. And these wires, you just have to find where they plug into the car. So I can already see, and I did the steering wheel swap like 5-6 years ago now. I completely forgot about this part, but I can see there are some color matching plugs there, and they're not hooked up to anything. Just make sure you run the wire correctly so that when you turn the steering wheel, it's not gonna have resistance on it, because you've run it inefficiently, kind of. Yeah, and some of these wires, they'll come out of that slot in the steering wheel to connect to the airbag, to the horn, your, what do you call it, cruise control, which my car has. Yeah, and that's going to be the tricky part, is making sure it's straight. So that goes in, so just figure out which way it goes in. When it clicks, you know it's gone in straight. And there are two here, so one goes here, one goes there. I've already fed the wires from the clock spring inside the steering wheel. Through this gap in the steering wheel, that's for your wires. There's a black plug that will plug into the car behind the ignition there. Right there. Next, I'm gonna plug in the cruise control, which my car has. With these, the way they click in, you will know if you put it in correctly. I think the next one might be backwards. Just double check and get a feel for it. Then I'm gonna just thread the nut by hand. So that does look pretty straight, but you can run into issues if your car already has bad alignment or bad tires. Even if that's straight, it might pull one way or another, and it might start mess with your head whether you did the job correctly or not. I think this should be a size 9, but whoever owned my car before me might have put a different size bolt. So I disconnected the battery. I'm gonna wait a little bit. I'm gonna make sure everything is drained before I reconnect the airbag. Before putting the airbag, what you also can do, you can go for a drive and make sure everything is straight. However, my car does not have insurance on it right now, so I don't want to drive it on the public road. So yeah, everything seems to be correct so far. That goes in there. And then you have a black, I think that's ground, that goes there. Then you have to do the torque screws in here, which holds the airbag to the steering wheel. And put the trim back. That's what I meant by make sure you don't break any of these things, so everything fits nicely back in. These Torx bolts hold the airbag to the steering wheel. Yeah, I'm gonna be putting these in right now, and I saved everything, including those little doorway plastic pieces that cover that. So that's the thing, whenever you do a project, don't cut anything, don't throw away anything, save everything together. Because I thought I was going to be case swapping this car and I had this goal, but yeah, unfortunately I'm going to keep it as a second car or maybe sell it and get something else. Now you can reconnect the battery, and just for extra precaution I started the car from the passenger side just in case the airbag, something happens.